What if I told you that the 2JZ wasn't Toyota's best engine? What if I told you that a smaller inline four-cylinder may actually be more deserving of that title? You'd probably call me crazy, and rightfully so. The 2JZ is a fantastic powertrain, but Toyota's lesser-known 3S-GTE is just as formidable in its own right. It's been said that the inception of the 3S-GTE happened at the perfect time. Japanese automakers were producing serious performance cars and engines in the 1980s. Toyota's 2S engine was due for a revision, and the 3S that resulted was engineered to be more than just an everyday economy car powertrain. It was engineered with the foundation of a performance engine. But that's not all. Times were a bit different back then. People took pride in doing good work. Toyota, like many other Japanese automakers, took extreme care in their work, and instead of giving the final say to the marketers and the bean counters, it was the engineers who made the key decisions on development. Toyota engineered pride into every component and wanted everything that bore their name to be built to the highest quality and standard. Toyota needed a partner to help them create a performance-worthy engine, so they turned to none other than Yamaha to help them design the cylinder head for the new 3S engine. The result was an engine that would shake up the motorsport world in ways no one ever saw coming. The Celica GT4, particularly in its ST185 iteration, brought the 3S-GTE engine to the forefront of the rally world. Designed to meet the demanding requirements of the World Rally Championship homologation, the 3S-GTE in the Celica was built to endure the rigors of competitive racing. It was the first Japanese-made rally car that was turbocharged, all-wheel drive, and had the ability to topple the established European Championship-winning cars. The 3S-powered Celica proved to be a dominant force on gravel, snow, and tarmac. The engine's ability to deliver smooth, yet powerful acceleration helped the GT4 secure many victories. Carlos Sainz Sr. drove the 3S-powered Celica to its maiden Drivers' Championship victory in 1992. The 3S-GTE-powered Celica would go on to continue this trend, winning both the Drivers' and Manufacturers' Championships in 1993 and 1994. For those of you still not convinced that the 3S-GTE is Toyota's best engine, here's another example. In 1974, Nobuhide Tachi and Kiyoshi Oiwa founded Tachi Oiwa Motorsport, also known as TOMS. They quickly became recognized as an official tuner and factory-backed motorsport team that specialized in performance engineering and parts for Toyota vehicles. The All Japan Grand Touring Car Championship, now known as Super GT, is Japan's highest level of motorsport competition. In the mid-1990s, Toyota decided that it had had enough of losing to the six-cylinder powerhouses like the RB-powered Nissan Skyline and the flat-six-driven Porsche 911s. In a bold move, TOMS, with the backing of Toyota, decided not to use the 2JZ engine in the Toyota Castrol Team Supra. Instead, they opted for the lighter four-cylinder 3S GTE. The result? The Supra's weight advantage was tremendous from an acceleration and handling perspective. Toyota achieved a race victory over the juggernaut Skylines and Porsches in '95, and by 1997, the TOMS Supra, with the 3S GTE four-cylinder, won the All Japan Grand Touring Car Championship. In road cars, the 3S GTE could be found in several models, but the most notable ones were the Celica and the MR2. The 1986 Celica GT4 ST165 was the first to feature the Gen 1 3S GTE engine. The ST165 was dubbed the All-Track Turbo in the United States and was replaced after only a few years by the ST185. The ST185 ushered in the Gen 2 version of the 3S GTE engine. This revision of the engine made several improvements over the first iteration. We'll discuss those in a bit. The ST185 is arguably the most well-known Celica, as, like I mentioned earlier, it was driven to much success in the World Rally Championship. Unfortunately, the ST185 All-Track Turbo was the last Celica GT4 sold in the United States. The next iteration, ST205, was limited to Japan and Europe, and thus the North American market never received the Gen 3, 4, or 5 iterations of the 3S GTE engine. The Toyota MR2 was first offered in the North American market in the mid-1980s. This first iteration, W10, offered a unique driving experience with its mid-engined, rear-wheel drive layout. But it wasn't until the second generation, the W20, that the MR2 received the 3S-GTE engine and was thus badged the MR2 Turbo. When paired with the 3S-GTE, the MR2 Turbo became a performance powerhouse. The engine's placement in the middle of the car contributed to exceptional handling dynamics, allowing drivers to enjoy precise steering and a balanced chassis. The combination of the 3S-GTE's smooth power delivery and the two-door MR2's lightweight design provided accelerating acceleration and top-end performance. This combination made the MR2 Turbo a favorite among driving enthusiasts who were seeking a pure and unfiltered sports car experience. Unfortunately, the 3S-GTE was abandoned in the third generation W30 MR2 Spider, and ultimately, this redesign would be the last MR2 sold in the United States. It's no secret that Toyota has a reputation for building reliable engines. That reputation is well earned, and the 3S-GTE is no exception. Designed with durability and performance in mind, the engine features a cast iron block with 5 bearings, a forged steel and fully counterweighted crankshaft, cast aluminum pistons, a dual overhead camshaft, 16 valves, 4 per cylinder, and a Yamaha-designed cylinder head made from a lightweight aluminum alloy. These elements allow the 3S-GTE to handle high boost pressures and rigorous driving conditions without compromising longevity. Owners of the 3S-GTE often report minimal issues even at high mileages, a testament to the engine's solid construction and engineering. The 3S-GTE was ahead of its time in many ways. Beginning with the 1990s second generation, the engine came equipped with a twin-entry turbocharger that was designed to reduce lag and improve throttle response. The second-gen engine also featured a sophisticated air-to-air intercooler system, ensuring consistent performance under high thermal loads. By the third generation, in 1994, the woeful TVIS intake manifold was ditched, and the dual-entry turbocharger was upgraded again to be more efficient and provide 13 psi of boost. The intercooler was changed back to water-to-air, and the fuel cut threshold was increased to 18 psi. Generations 4 and 5 welcomed coil-on plug ignition, upgraded valves, and a unique cast-in manifold single-entry turbocharger. The fuel cut threshold was raised once more to 21 psi. With only a few years between each of these iterations, it's obvious that Toyota's development team cared deeply about this powertrain. This rigorous post-introduction development resulted in an engine that delivered both efficiency and impressive power output. These characteristics that made it competitive in its era are keeping it competitive and relevant today. For those who seek more power, the 3S-GTE offers an excellent foundation for tuning. The aftermarket support for this engine is vast, with a plethora of options for turbo upgrades, intercoolers, fuel systems, and engine management solutions. Tuners can easily push the 3S-GTE to produce well over 300 horsepower with relatively modest modifications. And with more extensive builds and upgraded internals, it's not uncommon to see outputs surpassing 500 horsepower. This tunability makes the 3S-GTE a popular choice among car enthusiasts who enjoy customizing and optimizing their vehicles for performance. Despite all we've discussed, and its many merits, the 3S-GTE has often been overlooked in favor of Toyota's more famous 2JZ engine lineup. Several factors contribute to this relative obscurity. The 2JZ, particularly the 2JZ GTE, became a cultural icon thanks to its association with the Toyota Supra, a car that achieved legendary status in motorsports and popular media. The Supra's role in movies like The Fast and the Furious, its dominance on the drag strip, and prevalence in tuning scenes elevated the 2JZ's profile to mythical proportions. In contrast, the Celica, while beloved by enthusiasts, did not reach the same level of mainstream fame as the Supra. The Celica GT4's rally success, though significant, struggled to resonate outside of the rally community. It's also very likely that most people are unaware that the famous Tom Supra was in fact 3S-GTE powered, and not 2JZ powered. Similarly, the MR2's unique mid-engine layout, while praised by purists, made it a niche choice compared to the more traditional sports cars found in North America. This disparity in recognition meant that the 3S-GTE despite all of the performance credentials, never quite captured the public's imagination in the same way as the 2JZ did. As time goes on, the 3S-GTE's status as a hidden gem continues to grow, offering a rich history and a bright future for those willing to look beyond the shadow of the 2JZ. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more automotive content like this. Thanks for watching.